How are you today? Rick and I are so excited to share this fabulous recipe with you. I'm Nancy O, my husband Rick. Cleanup crew is on the couch sleeping, our little doggy, so we'll put them to work later. But I have this big recipe to share with you today, or we have to share. It's called a big batch tomato sauce. It's a little bit of work, so we've done some pre-prepping on this. Before we get started, the one thing that I want to go over with you is how to peel a tomato very easily. So I'm going to get that started because Rick's going to be doing that in the background, and then I can start finishing up with some of the other stuff I have to tell you. So he has boiling water in a pot back there, and he's just going to drop a couple of our tomatoes that we've grown the tower in there. And then he's going to wait for them to split and then pull them out. So while that's going on in the background, I'm going to talk to you about all these delicious ingredients here that I'm so proud of. All of this came off the tower yesterday, including this. And this is 6 pounds of tomatoes that we peeled and cut out, diced up for our recipe. Oh, already. He's really cooking back here. So we had 6 pounds plus of tomatoes come off the towers. We chose this size tomato this year because when we did the, oops, right into the tomato sauce, Rick, look at that.
Perfect.
When we did this recipe last year, we found too many seeds in the large one, so we went to cut it down in size. Can I have a red, please? And then over here we have, these are our cherry tomatoes, and one is the regular cherry, sorry, I gotta get my hands washed before I drop something else. These are regular cherry tomatoes. This one I don't know what it is because my daughter gave it to me. And then these are pear-shaped tomatoes, and they're the yellow, and look at how big, and they are big and juicy and delicious. So all of these came off the tower yesterday. All of this came off the tower. Then we have our green pepper, which you can see we have red peppers in here. And then our one green pepper was half yellow, half green. So we're using that one. We went and got some fresh basil and some oregano. Now, Rick, tell us, you picked up 2 different types of basil here to put in here to add a little kick to it.
Yeah, put a little bit of Thai basil just to see how it tastes.
And sweet basil.
So
there's all different kinds of basils out there, guys. I ordered some seeds yesterday that I'm going to be sharing with you. There's lemon basil, lime basil, cinnamon basil. So I've ordered some seeds to try some new things. Now, the one thing that the recipe does not call for is celery, but we have so much celery growing on the tower that we decided to take it. And as you can see, Rick cuts things very, very small. So he's got these diced up really nice. So I'm going to teach you how to make, thanks, Rick, this nice chunky tomato sauce. This is so worth it. So Rick has taken and boiled these tomatoes in boiling water. You just drop them in, and the minute they split, pull them out. So he's going to show you. You pulled that skin off faster than we can. Show him how to pull the skin. Look how fast the skin just peeled right off. This is so easy to do. Drop them in, watch them. The minute they split, open, pull them out. And then, of course, you have to let them cool a little bit to handle. And then you just dice them up. It's that easy. Okay. See how easy that was to take that skin off? These tomatoes are working great, aren't they?
Yeah.
These little small ones have been, these are for canning. And that's why we bought these. And now they're ready to go. And we'll just throw those into our tomatoes when we're ready. So now, all of this abundance came from our tower garden. All of this. So you can see how easy it is. And oh, by the way, we have so many tomatoes out there that are still green that I think we're going to be able to do, not next week, but the following week, a show on making our homemade salsa, because we got to wait for them to get good and ripe. And then we'll probably have to kick in the green tomatoes. And next week, we have so many peppers growing, we're going to do pepper jelly, because that's going to be, you're going to love that for the holidays. Okay, so in order to get this recipe going, we are heating up, I'm doing a half batch because of the volume of tomatoes we have. So I kind of have the recipe written out both ways for you. So we're gonna do like about 1/4 cup of salad oil in our Dutch oven back here. And we're going to heat that up real high or hot on high. And then we're going to add some onions. Now the onions aren't from the tar because they're a root vegetable, and same way with our carrots. Oh, listen to that sizzle back there. Okay, here's your carrots. And then we're also going to add our peppers. And I don't have celery on the list. I added celery last time I made this, and it was so good. And why not? What difference does it make what vegetable you add to this? The big thing is putting it, oh yeah, look at that go. Putting that in the pot and cooking it. So if you have a half a batch, roughly a 1 and a half medium carrot. If you have 2 carrots, throw them in. Who cares? If you want extra green pepper in there, or red or yellow or orange, throw it in. All you're making is a big batch of vegetables. Look at this. I don't know if I'm going to pull this around here so we can see. This is going to be the final product here. This is going to take 2 hours to 3 hours to cook. So I opened up one of my jars. Now, when you do this recipe, you will notice that the sauce is a little bit runnier than you would in a buy jarred already at the store, because we're not adding any thickeners, any artificial anything to it. So if I decide to cook this over spaghetti, I just undercook the spaghetti a little bit and absorbs the extra moisture. And if you want to add, this is what we use for our eggplant parmesan. Remember when I told you I used homemade tomato sauce? I have served this tomato sauce from last year, because I opened a jar of it to show you. I served this to every time we had company with eggplant this year, and everybody loved how fresh everything tasted. Okay, how are our veggies going back there?
Good.
Are they kind of tender?
Almost.
So what you're going to do is you're going to keep mixing these vegetables up in that salad oil until they're like a tender crisp. I'm going to peek at it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So he has carrots in there. He has green peppers, celery, and garlic. I don't know if I mentioned garlic earlier. So now we're going to add our 6 pounds of tomatoes. Woo, Ricky, here it comes. Yeah. Okay. We're going to add a 1/8 cup of packed brown sugar, and it will take the acidity out whenever you add sugar to the tomatoes. Kind of helps you digest it a little bit better. Now, it does call for tomato paste. We had so many tomatoes last year that we pureed some tomatoes and froze them. So we're using up our tomato puree. And it's going to be a little bit runnier, but if you use tomato paste, that will kind of give it a little more thickness. Okay. And then we have some salt and oregano leaves. So we're going to do about a tablespoon of salt in here, and I think it's about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Yeah. There's nothing more exciting than watching a recipe come together, guys. And now our basil and our oregano. You ready? So the biggest part of making this recipe is the prep. So now you have all of these delicious ingredients. They're over there simmering in the pot. You're going to simmer them like for 2 hours. And we turn our heat down on the pot. We cover it. We just let that simmer. And so when you're home during the day doing whatever, you can prep all these vegetables ahead of time, throw them in the pot. And while even when you're getting ready for work, you could do this. The big key to this recipe, and why I started making it when our kids were little, I could freeze this. So I took quart-sized bags and made sure that they were, oh, you're reading? Quart-sized bags, make sure they're freezer proof. And I filled them with the tomato sauce, leave about 1 inch header up here for freezing time. And then I just laid them in my freezer to freeze, and when we wanted some, we just pulled them out. Now, I'm going to give you a little trick, because I love this recipe and I want you serving it to your children and the whole big party of everything. If you don't think your kids will eat this because it's chunky, stick it through your food processor or your blender or your Vitamix, whatever you have, and make it a smooth tomato sauce after it's done cooking, because what's going to happen is you're still going to have that delicious flavor and you're going to be able to serve healthier tomato sauce. There's no preservatives in this whatsoever. If you like to can, you can jar it. We have now gone into canning our tomato sauces, and we do canning of it, but you can freeze this, and that's what's so delicious about this recipe. How are we doing back there, Rick?
Okay, I'm gonna get it to boil and then we'll have to.
Okay, he's gonna bring this up to a boil. We're gonna cover it and we're gonna cook it for 2 hours. So later today, we will take the time to put it in jars and then we will can it. Now, I would like to know if you guys are going to try this recipe, because I am so excited about this recipe. I want the whole world eating this recipe, because I got this recipe. I'm going to show you. This came, you can see how yellow it is. I don't even know where this came from, and some magazine, and it was shared with me. And so let me know if you're going to try it. It is well worth your time. I'm very excited to share it with you. And it's one of Rick's favorite sauces, isn't it, Rick?
Yeah.
So you can do so many things with this. Now, moving to next week, I really am dying to make pepper jelly for you guys. And the reason I want to make pepper jelly is because when you grow peppers during the summer, you get loads and loads and loads of peppers. And we're going to teach you how to make a jelly out of it that can be served in the holidays as a quick appetizer. And so that's what I'm excited for next week. So, Rick, are you going to taste this? You want to taste this?
Oh,
we know how good it is, but let's have Rick taste.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to feed it to you.
Good cold.
Good cold. See, I didn't heat that up. He even says it's good cold. Guys, you could even use this as a pizza sauce if you want it. Think about all the things you use tomato sauce on. The world is you have no limits here in this world. So I don't know if I have anything else to share. Do you, honey?
Well, I think it's all good.
It's all good. Well worth the work. And we are looking forward to hearing back from you. I really do want to know if you guys are going to try this recipe. And if you need me to send it to you instead of getting it off the page or whatever, just shoot me a message and I'll just send it over to you. I have it written out, so it's a full batch and a half batch, so you can try it either way. So until next week, pepper jelly time. Salsa, we're hoping, is the following week because our tomatoes will be ready. And then you guys have a fantastic week. We're going to go and enjoy our sauce that we made, and we're going to enjoy the week. So until next week, see ya.
See ya.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm so excited about this. I can't stand it. Okay, so now we got to go get some noodles and have some spaghetti for lunch.
Yeah. We can do that.
I hope
You make
everybody
some
tries
meatballs
this.
or whatever.
I hope everybody